Once again, welcome back to all of you. Children, in our previous class, we read about Anglo-Mysore wars and we saw that there were 4 Anglo-Mysore wars. In first 2 Mysore wars, Anglo-Mysore wars, Mysore was winner, but in third and fourth Anglo-Mysore war, Britishers were the winner. Now, today we have to read about Anglo-Maratha War. Anglo means English. Maratha, you must be knowing. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Maratha, the war between English and the Marathas. They are known as Anglo-Maratha Wars. In Maratha Empire, what was there? That the internal problems were there. All were trying to supersede others, and that's why due to this internal conflict only, due to this internal problems of the Marathas, and that time English ambitions were growing. They were in a habit to extend their power in our India. So, the internal problems of the Marathas and the growing ambition of the English saw the conflict of interest. Between whom? Between the Britishers and the Marathas during the period between 1775 to 1818. And in this, between this period, there were 3 Anglo-Maratha wars, and one by one we will read about this in our today's class. First we will read about First Anglo-Maratha War. First Anglo-Maratha War. This first Anglo-Maratha war was fought between the years 1775 to 82. British wanted to sign an alliance with aspiring Peshwa Raghunath Rao against Madhav Rao too. As earlier I have told you, there was an internal conflict among the Marathas over Peshwaship, and so the Britishers wanted to sign an alliance, an agreement with aspiring Peshwa Raghunath Rao against whom? Madhav Rao too. The Maratha chieftains backed Madhav Rao, and the British provided 2,500 men to Raghunath, because there was a conflict between Raghunath Rao and Madhav Rao. He gave, then Britishers provided military help to Raghunath. So in return he gave Salsette. It is a name of the place. Salsette and Basin to the English, along with a part of revenue. Revenue means tax collection from Broch and Surat district. Then the two sides signed the Treaty of Salbai. Treaty of Salbai was signed in the year 1782. It gave the British 20 years of peace with the Maratha. This means according to Treaty of Salbai, Britishers were given 20 years of peace with the Marathas. Means for the next 20 years Maratha would not attack on the Britishers. So it was first Anglo-Maratha War, which was fought between the years 1775 to 82, and British wanted to sign an alliance with aspiring Peshwa Raghunath Rao against whom? Against Madhav Rao too. And the Maratha chieftains backed Madhav Rao, And so the Britishers provided 2,500 men to Raghunath. In return, what happened? Raghunath gave Salsette and Bassein to the English along with a part of revenue from which places? Broch and Surat districts. And then the two sides signed, Marathas and the Britishers signed the Treaty of Salbai. This Treaty of Salbai was signed in 1782, and according to this treaty, there was a peace, 20 years of peace with the Marathas. Now about Second Anglo-Maratha War. Second Anglo-Maratha War. Second Anglo-Maratha War. It was fought between the years 1803 to 1805. As you all know, Treaty of Salbai was signed in the year 1782, in which 20 years peace was given to the Britishers with the Marathas. 20 years was in 1802. Till between these periods, 1780 to 1802, no war was there. But in 1803, again, Second Anglo-Maratha War was started. In 1801, there was a conflict among the Marathas over Peshwaship. I have already told you Marathas were internal conflict was there among the Marathas over Peshwaship. Peshwa means head of that community, and for that all the rulers were infighting within themselves only. And Peshwa, there was a conflict among the Marathas in 1801 over Peshwaship, and Peshwa Bajirao too entered the subsidiary alliance with the British. Means he made an alliance with the Britishers, and that alliance was known as subsidiary alliance. This subsidiary alliance was signed between the Britishers and the Peshwa Bajirao too, and Peshwa Bajirao too entered in subsidiary alliance to get British protection against Jaswant Rao Holkar, because Jaswant Rao Holkar was also a contestant of Peshwaship. So this subsidiary alliance, what was this subsidiary alliance? It was the British policy of providing military assistance. Means Britishers were giving military help to the Indian rulers, and in return what they were demanding money. And what was there in this subsidiary alliance? That in this policy, Britishers were providing military assistance, military help to whom? To Indian rulers. In exchange of what? In exchange of paying for army maintenance. A British resident was stationed. Means a British personnel was kept at the court for security from other rulers. What? Peshwa Bajirao too wanted security from Jaswant Rao Holkar, and that's why he made subsidiary alliance with the Britishers. What was there in subsidiary alliance? It was the British policy of providing military help to Indian rulers in exchange of paying for army maintenance. And in it, a British resident was stationed at the court for security from other rulers. But the real intention of the Britishers, the main purpose of the Britishers was to keep other European powers away. And this Peshwa Bajirao entered in subsidiary alliance with the British and got the British protection against whom? Jaswant Rao Holkar. Who was there? Jaswant Rao Holkar. And this Jaswant Rao Holkar, the British troop drove Holkar out. They gave the military help to whom? Peshwa Bajirao too, and drove Holkar out. Peshwa Bajirao signed a treaty with the British because Britishers helped him. So he signed a treaty. He signed an agreement with the British. It was opposed by Maratha chieftains. Means in other dynasties of the Marathas chieftains like Scindias and Bhosle, they opposed it. And this resulted in the Second Anglo-Maratha War. In which year? In 1803. And in this war, what happened? The Maratha chiefs, who were Maratha chiefs? The Scindia and the Bhosles. They failed to unify and they were defeated by the well-equipped and disciplined British army. British army was very well equipped and it was disciplined also. So they easily defeated Maratha chieftains. Those chiefs were Scindias and the Bhosles. So, as a result, the Bhosle and Scindias were forced to sign treaties with the British and they handed over large territories to the British. So, what was Second Anglo-Maratha War? In Second Anglo-Maratha War, it was fought between the years 1803 to 1805. And why? Because there was a conflict among the Marathas over Peshwaship. Peshwa means chief ministership, headship. And Peshwa Bajirao too made an alliance. That alliance was known as Subsidiary Alliance. Against whom? Jaswant Rao Holkar. And in Subsidiary Alliance, Britishers were giving military help to the Indian rulers. In return, they were demanding money for army maintenance. And then British troops drove Holkar out. Peshwa Bajirao signed a treaty with the British. It was opposed by Maratha chieftains. Who were those Maratha chieftains? Scindias and Bhosles. And this resulted in the Second Anglo-Maratha War in 1803. And as English army was very well equipped and disciplined, so they defeated Scindias and Bhosles. As a result, what happened? Scindias and Bhosles were forced to sign treaties with the British and they had to hand over large territories to the British. Now about Third Anglo-Maratha War. Third Anglo-Maratha War. Third Anglo-Maratha War was fought between the years 1817 to 18. And Peshwa Bajirao, as earlier in Second Anglo-Maratha War I have told you, Peshwa Bajirao only made an alliance, subsidiary alliance with the Britishers, and Britishers drove out Jaswant Rao Holkar, and British Maratha chieftains opposed it, and the Scindias and Bhosles, and Britishers defeated Scindias and Bhosles. Scindias and Bhosles had to sign treaties with the British and handed over large territories. But Peshwa Bajirao II's position was under the subordinate position, and he did not like his subordinate position under the British. So he tried to unite the Maratha chiefs against the British. But as earlier also I have told you that Britishers were well equipped and disciplined. So these Maratha chiefs were failed to unite against the Britishers. And then Peshwa Bajirao too was forced to surrender. The British abolished the position of Peshwa because everything Marathas were fighting for the post of Peshwa only. Britishers abolished this post only, and Marathas were limited to the small kingdoms of Satara. Marathas were limited to the small kingdoms of Satara, and this was the end of mighty Maratha power. So these were the three Anglo-Maratha wars. First Anglo-Maratha war was fought in the year 1775 to 82. Then second Anglo-Maratha war was fought between the years 1803 to 1805. And third Anglo-Maratha war was fought between the years 1817 to 1818. And after defeat of in this war, the power of Maratha was ended. And between the years 1814 to 1826, the British had to fight many wars against Gorkhas in the north and the Burmese in the northeast. British signed peace treaties with them. In the north with Gorkhas and in northeast with the Burmese, they had to sign treaties. Now it's time to read about Anglo-Sikh wars. Anglo-Sikh wars means in this wars were between the Britishers and the Sikhs, and there were two Anglo-Sikh wars. First Anglo-Sikh war, first Anglo-Sikh war was fought between the years 1845 to 46. During this period, what happened? The Sikh power was growing in the northwest region of Punjab. You must be knowing Punjab is in the northwestern part on our India's map. The British made a peace treaty with Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Maharaja Ranjit Singh was a very able ruler, and so to check his growing power, to stop his growing power, Britishers made a peace treaty with Maharaja Ranjit Singh. And after his death, there was a lot of infighting among Sikhs. This was the demerit of our Indian rulers, that always there was a infighting among those rulers. The Sikhs had built up a strong army against the British and Afghan aggressions, and that's why when the British attacked, then the united force of Punjab, Hindu, Muslim and Sikh faced the huge British army bravely. But what happened? Prime Minister Lal Singh and Tej Singh. Prime Minister Lal Singh and Tej Singh, commander. Tej Singh was commander. They turned traitors. Traitors means they betrayed against their kingdoms, their empire, like Mir Jafar and Mir Qasim we have read. So Lal Singh, Prime Minister, and Commander Tej Singh turned traitors, and the Punjab army was defeated. Punjab army fought very bravely because it was a combination of Punjabi people, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, all, and they faced the British army very bravely. But what happened? Due to the betrayal of Prime Minister Lal Singh and Commander Tej Singh turned traitors, and the Punjab army was defeated. As a result, what happened? They were forced to, Punjab armies were forced to sign the Treaty of Lahore. Treaty of Lahore was signed after First Anglo-Sikh wars, and according to this treaty, the Britishers occupied Jalandhar Doab and handed Jammu and Kashmir to Raja Gulab Singh Dogra. So it was First Anglo-Sikh war. Now about Second Anglo-Sikh war. Second Anglo-Sikh war. This war was fought between the years 1848 to 49. Now what happened when Britishers got victory in First Anglo-Sikh War, then they wanted a complete control of Punjab by ending the Sikh kingdom. And the immediate cause of this Second Anglo-Sikh War was the exile of Lal Singh. Exile means it is a type of punishment in which someone gets the punishment to go out of his own country or own kingdom or own empire. About Lal Singh we have read that he was traitor, and that's why Sikh Punjabi army was defeated by the Britishers. But ultimately he also got the punishment and exiled. Exiled means to go, a type of punishment to go out of his own kingdom or country. And on which charge he was exiled? He was given the punishment on the charge of conspiracy. Means Britishers did not rely on Lal Singh. Lord Dalhousie was the greatest annexionist. Means he joined so many territories into British kingdom, British empire. He attacked Punjab and made it a part of British India in which year? 1849. Means in 1849 Punjab was also annexed by Lord Dalhousie and it became a part of British India, and the British started consolidating their power by limiting the powers of Indian princes and by building a stronger army in India to control on us. So in this lesson, this much only we have read about so many wars. In our next class, we will just revise these wars and then we will do ABC questions. But now your today's homework is you have to write the keywords of this lesson. Today we have read about Anglo-Maratha War and Anglo-Sikh Wars. Now this lesson is completed and the keywords you have to write it in your history notebook and submit it on our WhatsApp group. That's all for today. Thank you.